Now, it's very important when you are speaking for any length of time, say we're speaking for 2 minutes, that we should have some variation in our tone. We can't speak in the same tone all through. So one of the important things is having pauses. Pause for a little while every now and then. The second thing is to have the rhythm, up and down, up and down. There is a rise and fall in the speech. So when you speak connected sentences, you will see that there is a pattern. All the sentences are not spoken in the same way. Some sentences are given more importance. Some sentences are given less importance. Some part of the sentence is higher in pitch, spoken more loudly. Some part of the sentence is spoken softly. So just to give you an example, the same sentence can be spoken with the emphasis on different words. How are you? How are you? And how are you? So just the same thing, but just 3 words, but you can have the loudness on one or the other part of the sentence. So this is called the rise in tone. Rise, that when you speak louder. So then after the rise, there will be a fall. So this creates a pattern, rise and fall of the sentences. And this is the rhythm. So you can't keep on speaking in a loud pitch, and you can't keep on speaking in a very soft pitch. You need to have the variation. So these are called the tones. That this is a tone of rising, tone of falling. And this helps us to moderate our flow of speech. That is, not to make our speech sound very dull and boring, but to make our speech sound interesting. So we can change our flow of speech. And we can also convey our meaning in a better way. The meaning will be better. And we can slow it down, or we can use it to speak faster. All these are signs of fluency. Fluency means that you can change the tone, the rhythm of your speech, sometimes make it slower, sometimes make it faster, and it becomes more effective and fluent. So this is a part of fluency. Rhythm is a part of fluency. Please remember that. So here we have an exercise in which you would, when you make a statement, your sentences will fall. When you have a question or you ask a question, your sentence will rise. Your tone will rise. So this is important in the different types of sentences that you use. So when you give some information or describe something, the end of the sentence will fall. But when you are conveying some surprise or you ask for information, it will rise. So practice these sentences with correct use of tone in each. And I will speak out the correct use of tone. Now this first one is information. Okay? So it will have a fall at the end. So we'll say, he's just been promoted. He's just been promoted. So you can see that there's a fall. Shut the window. Shut the window. So there is a rise up to the point of will, and then there's a fall. Now, where are you going? This is clearly a rise. The pitch goes higher. This is a question, right? You don't need to buy this book. You don't need to buy this book. It's a fall. Come over for a cup of tea. Come over for a cup of tea. So the first part of the sentence is louder, but then it comes down. Remember, there can be some variation in it. If you mean something else, you will change the tone. So if it's an ordinary kind of invitation, you'll say, come over for a cup of tea. That is falling at the end. That will make it sound ordinary. But if you say, come over for a cup of tea, so that means that come for tea and not for dinner. So that gives different emphasis to that sentence. Then here, this is too much. This is too much. There is a rise over there because it's an exclamation. It's been a very delightful evening. Now, if you want to say it in an ordinary matter-of-fact way, you'll say it like that. It's been a very delightful evening. But if you want to emphasize it, you will emphasize one word. You will say, it's been a very delightful evening. So you want to give some emphasis. So there will be a rise up to the word delightful, and after that there will be a fall. So you can see the variation in the pitch over here. Would you like another cup of coffee? So here is a rise. Good morning. Now good morning can also be said in so many different ways. So you can have variation over here. Matter of fact, ordinary thing is good morning. Good morning. You don't really mean anything. You just say good morning as a ritual. But when you're particularly, perhaps you want to convey some emphasis and you want to convey the meaning of that kind, and you say good morning, good morning, good morning. And so it goes high. The pitch goes high. Excuse me, please. Now, excuse me, please is something you can vary the pitch to sound polite or to sound rude. That's very interesting because the same sentence can be used for expressing politeness or for expressing rudeness. So, excuse me, please. That will sound more polite. Say, excuse me, please. Then it will not sound so polite because the please part of it is lower. It goes down. So it's softer. Whereas the whole emphasis is on higher pitch in excuse me, please. Excuse me, please. That is a different tone. Then it's polite. Okay, so now we do some more pronunciation practice. After you have practiced those words, you can do some more pronunciation practice here, as we did in part 1. Again, you would hear these words, mark the one that you hear. I will speak them twice. Then you also will repeat them yourself. Ship, sip. So, let me say which word I'm speaking. Sip. So and so. Now, this is interesting because the spelling is different, but the sound is the same. S-O-W and S-E-W. So we don't say sew, we say so. But this is also so and this is also so. But there's a difference between so and saw. Wonder. So I've just said wonder. The other word is wander. Sound. And this one is sound. Wonder, wander. Moment and movement. So many times speakers say in this moment. No, you have to speak the verb which is in the middle for movement. But when you talk about time, one moment please, one moment, that is this one. And when you say movement, then it is movement. Verb. Pedal, pedal, paddle, paddle. Batter and butter. Bath, bathe and bath. Bathe and bath. Pear and pear. Pear and pear. Not pear, okay? Pear and P-E-A-R is pear. Dear and dare. So, sip, so, saw, wonder, movement, pedal, butter, bathe, pair, dare. So please repeat each word in the pair again and practice these sounds.